On today's episode, a major new Tesla product reveal, the latest update on the Tesla Semi, FSD beta comes to an end, and Cybertruck production numbers are in. The Model 3 Ludicrous is here. The latest Tesla creation made its unofficial debut at a private event in California on April 1st. What we're looking at is the long-awaited performance variant of the new Model 3 Highland refresh, although Tesla has said that they never internally used the name Highland, and we just made it up, but we are going to stick with it for continuity's sake. We can't even say for sure at this point that the new Model 3 variant will be officially known as Ludicrous either, but on the Spaceball scale of acceleration, Ludicrous is one speed down from Plaid, so it would fit in with the naming scheme of the Model S and X pretty nicely. An update name would also help to distinguish this new Model 3 from the old Model 3 Performance, which was a great car, but there wasn't really that much to separate it from a regular Model 3 aside from stiffer suspension and bigger brakes. The boosted acceleration in the previous Performance came through a software unlock as opposed to an actual powertrain upgrade. The ludicrous Model 3 is definitely its own beast. In addition to the lowered stance and exclusive rims, we get a unique front and rear bumper with black air diffusers and a pointier rear spoiler, all for increased downforce that will keep the car planted to the ground during high-speed maneuvers. Inside is a new sports seat that will help to keep your ass planted during those same enthusiastic driving moments. As for the powertrain, we are only operating off of rumors at the moment, but we know that it's going to be a dual-motor setup and not the tri-motor configuration like the Cyberbeast or Model S Plaid. Tesla's lead engineer Lars Moravai confirmed this on an episode of Jay Leno's Garage that featured the Model 3 Highland. Jay mentions that a Model 3 with a triple engine would be killer, and Lars responds, "It would be fun, man, but it would be hard to fit." Which reminds us that the number one priority at Tesla is and always will be efficiency. Making a totally new rear casting for a high-volume car like the Model 3 just to accommodate a little extra performance doesn't really make sense. It's fine for niche products like Model S and Cybertruck, but the Model 3 is all about doing more with less. We do expect to see more powerful permanent magnet motors in the front and rear of the Model 3 Ludicrous, and the word on the street is that it should get us up to 600 horsepower at the wheels, which will be good for a 0 to 60 time of less than 3 seconds. The current Model 3 long range is rated at 400 horsepower and does 0 to 60 in 4.2 seconds. While we're not expecting anything revolutionary, the new Ludicrous option could just be what Tesla needs right now to stimulate some positive interest in the company and kickstart sales going into the second quarter of another tough year. For the first time in a long time, someone at Tesla is talking about the electric semi-truck. Tesla's largest product to date has remained shrouded in mystery ever since its first release to PepsiCo in December 2022. Now, the Tesla Semi's chief engineer Dan Priestley has revealed that the company has been using the Semi to ship over 20,000 battery packs from Giga Nevada to Fremont, California. Dan writes, "These trucks run the same route, carrying the same load, no load reduction for weight, as the diesel trucks running this route, but at substantially lower operating cost. Now it's about scale." He doesn't specify how many semi-trucks are running this operation or for how long they've been doing it. Just some quick calculations here. A Model Y battery pack from Giga Nevada is about 1,700 pounds. The towing capacity of a Tesla Semi is 80,000 pounds, so each load would be roughly 45 battery packs, which would mean that there have been approximately 440 full-loaded semi-trips from Nevada to Fremont, and we are rounding these numbers down to be on the conservative side. It could be more. It's also worth noting that the distance between the two factories is about 260 miles and cuts straight through a mountain range. So that's a pretty good track record, and it's been a very long time since I've seen one of those so-called broken down Tesla Semi photos, which would indicate that the vehicle is operating reliably and it can in fact tow more than just potato chips. This Semi update comes as the EPA makes a significant adjustment to their efficiency standards for heavy-duty trucks. The new emissions caps will come into effect for model year 2027 vehicles, with the aim of reducing carbon emissions by 1 billion tons. The overall goal being to push fleet operators towards zero emissions options like the Tesla Semi. So this also helps a lot to set the timeline for when the Tesla Semi might ramp up to full volume production. The EPA is essentially setting 2027 as the year when the trucking industry needs to start taking emissions more seriously, so Tesla had better have an abundant supply of electric trucks ready to meet the new demand. After over 3 years of real-world testing by an ever-expanding user base of autonomy enthusiasts, the Tesla Full Self-Driving Beta program has ended. Tesla's most advanced driver assist system will now be known as Full Self-Driving Supervised, with the supervised in brackets. So the idea seems to be that with the latest upgrade to version 12, which is a single end-to-end neural network-powered software stack, Tesla feels that their product is reliable enough for every customer to use, not only the brave pioneers of the beta testing phase. Here is what the new software describes itself as. Under your supervision, Full Self-Driving Supervised can drive your Tesla almost anywhere. It will make lane changes, select forks to follow your navigation route, navigate around other vehicles and objects, and make left and right turns. You and anyone you authorized must use additional caution and remain attentive. It does not make your vehicle autonomous. Do not become complacent. This comes at the same time that Elon Musk has mandated all Tesla delivery staff to provide an FSD test drive to every new Tesla owner as they take delivery of their car, which sounds great in theory, but has probably made taking delivery of a new Tesla into a much more lengthy and cumbersome process. Probably still better than going to a dealership, though. If that weren't enough, Tesla is also offering a free 1-month trial to FSD for every single Tesla vehicle that is capable of running the current software. That does exclude some older Model S and Model X vehicles that haven't received the necessary hardware upgrades. What we are seeing is by far the strongest push that Tesla has ever made towards FSD adoption. It's always been a box that you could check when ordering the car, and it came with Elon's promise that real, full autonomy was just around the corner, but I've never seen any indication that FSD is actually a popular option among the general consumer base. I think at the most 20% of new owners were opting to purchase FSD, and as the price has gone up and Teslas have become more of a mass market product, I have to assume that the take rate lately has been extremely low, which you've got to think would make it difficult to justify all of the work that Tesla has been putting into their AI-powered autonomy program. Anyway, it makes sense that they're finally making a legitimate push to get FSD usage up among the general public. We should start to see a lot more results coming over the next month, and we'll get a much better idea of how this software actually performs in the wild. Over the past week, we have seen Tesla making a heroic effort to close out the first quarter of the year with an abundance of Cybertruck deliveries. The lots at Giga Texas have been flooded with new Cybertrucks on their way to delivery, with Gigafactory drone operator Joe Tetmeyer counting between 900 and 1,000 new trucks being built every week. This number is supported by a recent post from the official Cybertruck account on X, announcing on March 20th that Giga Texas was producing 1,000 Cybertrucks worth of 4680 battery cells per week. This is a pretty impressive run rate for such a new product with a totally different manufacturing process from anything that Tesla has done before. And this is already about 1/4 of the volume that Elon Musk was forecasting this year. Back in October 2023, Elon said that Tesla is looking to make 200,000 Cybertrucks per year, and if things go well, Giga Texas could increase its output to 250,000 Cybertrucks annually in 2025. So between 4,000 and 5,000 trucks per week is the number that we are looking for, given that we've essentially gone from 0 to 1,000 in the first 3 months alone. I actually wouldn't be surprised if the factory can touch 4K per week by the end of this year. So enjoy the rarity of your Cybertruck while it lasts, because they're about to become a lot more common.